same shirt 2 days in a row. At least this shirt actually matches the movie I'm doing this time. Paddington in Peru was released at the tail end of January this year, directed by Dougal Wilson, starring Ben Whishaw, Hugh Bonneville, and Antonio Banderas. And I love Paddington. I adore Paddington. I love the first movie. The second movie is legitimately a masterpiece, one of the top 10 greatest movies of all time, in my opinion. So I was excited for a third Paddington. I was a little disappointed that Paul King wasn't coming back to direct, because I love what he did with Paddington. I love what he did with Wonka. But I thought that Dougal Wilson really took the reins and ran with them. Did a fantastic job. So let's go ahead and start this review. I'll start off with the good. And just like every Paddington property, there is plenty to love here. First of all, Ben Whishaw as Paddington is still absolutely charming and adorable, as he always has been. I love Paddington as a character. Ben Whishaw really brings that childlike innocence to the character. And this might not be my favorite performance from him as Paddington, but it's still a really wonderful performance. I love what Ben Whishaw does in this movie. Then you got Hugh Bonneville as the father of the family that Paddington lives with. And he's been consistently, well, okay, I retract what I was about to say. He's been consistently my second favorite human character throughout this franchise. I love what Hugh Bonneville does. I love Hugh Bonneville as an actor. He's a classically trained professional actor. He was in Downton Abbey, and now he's in Paddington. But I just love what he does in this movie. And I love how his character always has to learn a new lesson in every movie. It's just kind of hilarious how his character kind of just resets in each movie. I don't know, it just adds to the charming, childlike humor of this franchise. So yeah, I really love what they did with Hugh Bonneville's character. Now, my consistent favorite character of this franchise, human character at least, has been Julie Walters as Mrs. Bird. This lady is just absolutely hilarious. I love Julia Walters. She's a very underrated, talented actress herself. And I just absolutely love what she does as Mrs. Bird. She's more of the badass of the family, even though she's not officially part of the family. But she's always figuring stuff out, figuring how to get someone out of a situation. She's just got that bravado about her. I just really love her. And then the final character I want to talk about is Antonio Banderas. And I thought that he was really, really fun in this movie. Now, he plays kind of the villain. And when I say kind of, I'm going to talk about another aspect of villainy in this movie here shortly. But he's pretty much what we believe to be the villain for most of the movie. And he's just absolutely corny, goofy, off the wall. In fact, he plays like 6 different characters all within the same family. And just how he's able to play all these different characters with different personalities. Absolutely hilarious how he characterizes every family member of his character. Just really great from Antonio Banderas. Really great performance. I love this guy. Now, the story here is not as good as the first 2 Paddington movies, I will admit, but I still really enjoyed what we got. I love the Amazon setting. Paddington is no longer in London. He's in where he grew up, and he feels more at home. I love that whole setting. I love the adventure that the family goes on here to find Paddington's aunt who has gone missing. I love all the wacky shenanigans that they get into. There's some absolutely hilarious scenes here. One recurring joke that I thought was absolutely funny was Paddington kept getting bit by the same piranha at different points in the movie. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, really loved it. As for most Paddington stuff, there is some really great emotional depth in this movie. I will admit, I cried a bit in the third act. That's how touching a lot of the emotional bits in this movie were. The score is absolutely magical, really elevates this movie beyond just a family movie. I love what they did with the score here. And the pacing is really great. I did not think that this movie was long enough, honestly. I wanted more, but there is a Paddington 4 on the way, so there is that to look forward to. But that's about all for the good, on to the bad, and there's just one thing I just was not a fan of here, and that is the other villain of the movie. You get Olivia Colman's character, the Reverend Mother of this house that Paddington's aunt lives at. And she's fine enough as a character for most of the movie. But then the third act rolls around and surprise, she's a twist villain. And she just does a complete 180 personality change. It just did not work for me. I'm sorry. I like Olivia Colman, but I don't like twist villains. There are some twist villains that work. I really should do a video on that at some point. But this twist villain just did nothing for me. I did not like it. So, yeah, I'm going to have to put it in the bad section here. That's about all, though. So let's go on to the final thoughts. This is a charming, cute little family movie. I love it. I love every Paddington movie, and I'm excited for the fourth one. Paddington in Peru is a really good movie, probably the weakest of the three so far, but I still really, really love it, and I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. So that was my thoughts on Paddington in Peru. What did you think about this movie? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it if you've seen it. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.